Hey, what's going on YouTube? So I'm in the car again this morning on my way to work, and I just wanted to do a part two to the other video from yesterday, where I was talking about mental health. And of course, you gotta link it to something, because I mentioned just the black community and how we aren't really for therapy, or haven't been, or some people aren't, some people are. It's whatever, but I think it's just a people thing. Either you are or you aren't. And I can only talk about what I know, and what I know is growing up, ain't nobody talking about therapy. But the first video I talked about having gone through therapy, and it's entitled do black people need therapy? And the question is, we all do, if we are human beings, because we're all gonna at some point in our lives be challenged with issues that might be hard for us to process. Nobody's born with the tools. Nobody's born knowing how to use the tools, because I believe that we all have the ability to see our way through things, but getting there, that takes some special skill. And that's why you pay a therapist or a psychiatrist sometimes, when it's beyond just talking, because one just talks through the problem, and one helps you through the problem, little interventions and other little tricks and stuff. But yeah, so what happened to me, which coincidentally, this is purely by coincidence, but I don't think anything is really, I had a horrific tragedy in my family. My sister was horrifically murdered, taken from us, and she left behind 2 children. And they are that task that I didn't see coming. Everybody just wants to be a great uncle or aunt. Everybody just wants to be a wonderful family member, but to be the actual, person who, for the most part, makes the decisions, or, has to call the shots in some cases, it becomes a task that I didn't sign up for, but one that I wouldn't say no to. I couldn't say no to. It was like, oh, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Hurt, sad, angry. And as time goes on, the anger dropped off, but you're just sad. You're sad for them. You're sad for a missed opportunity. And you're sad for having such a finite mind that we just can't comprehend what the bigger picture is to all of it. Because I'm like, what bigger picture would have me not having my sister here raise her children? I don't know about that picture. I don't want that picture. I want a different picture. Damn you, God. This is just this real talk, this real conversation. There's just a level of frustration and anger that you go through. It's processing, and it's human to be there. If you deny yourself that, then you just prolong the moments when you're better and prepared for the next thing, because there will be something else. So yeah, so I'm 4 years into this new situation with these 2 beautiful children, who each day, remind me of, my sister, the good and the bad, because they're definitely their mother, and that's not a bad thing. That's just is what it is, and she said, I'm not gonna leave this earth, I'm gonna multiply, and that's exactly what she did. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and they're getting bigger every moment, every time I see them, and they're creating their own memories. Their normal is not my normal, so sometimes it's very difficult for me to even relate to what they're could be possibly trying to process in their young minds. But love conquers all, and so I think because there's a lot of that, they're winning, so it's all good. It's not all easy, but it's all good. So yeah, that happened. And which caused me to have to just completely turn from where I thought I was going with my existence. I was going to make such a major change professionally, and I had to just like put that on the back burner. And maybe it saved me from doing something that could possibly not have been the right direction. Who knows? Does it even matter? I just thank God that when I was brought to the task that was prepared for me, I didn't say no, because we can say no. We can be resistant, but I just think, you're asking for things to just be a little crappy if you do that, or a little bit more challenging. And right now, things from the outside looking in, and sometimes from the inside just in it seems challenging, but it's easy, because once you just open your mind and your heart to just saying yes I will, Lord, it all kind of like falls into place. It's not easy. Nothing's hard or easy. It's not, I don't know, I don't want to use those words that just limit it or whatever the thing is, because it's not hard, it's not easy, it just is what it is. It's not, as challenging. It's just, it is what it is. And because I said yes, it kind of like all sometimes just falls into place. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes my mind does not allow me to see the path, but in over time it gets revealed, and I just spiritually feel supported and lifted up, so I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Forever sad and forever, just, I don't know, in shock, but it all falls into place. And so yeah, that's what I alluded to the last video about this task that I didn't sign up for, but I did ultimately say yes to, and I'm going forward, and life, man. Today is a beautiful day. It's gonna be a gorgeous day. It's gonna get up to 60 degrees today, and I'm gonna be thankful for it. I'm gonna be thankful that I'm on this side of the dirt, able to still pursue something, go after something, and be open-minded with my heart and my mind to, whatever my task is today. I'm setting my intentions on being, being a vessel for love and understanding, and then that's it. And then we end the day out and we do it again tomorrow. So I'm gonna conclude this topic by saying, on this day, which is 11/11, which is the day anniversary of the day we buried my sister, coincidentally, as I said, around this time of the morning 4 years ago, I was man, I don't even know how to explain where you could be emotionally on a day like that, but I'm sure most of you can imagine and use your imagination to understand what that would have been like, to have to prepare yourself on a day that for most of your life meant something to you. I, like a lot of people, I don't know if it's coincidence or it's just, I don't know what it is, but the numbers 11/11 have always not guided me, but meant something to me. Like, I would always see those numbers and they were just there. Like, a lot of I use those numbers a lot, 1111, and I did that for years. And then I found out that I think my grandfather died on that day, November the 11th, and then coincidentally my sister was buried on that day. And then, after that moment, after that, happen, like this foreshadow. It felt like a foreshadowing. Like, I don't know why I was always connected to those numbers, and it goes deeper than that. But just to keep it really simple, like for some reason I felt connected to those numbers for a long time, and then to find out those things like after the fact, it was just like, what? It was this, I don't know. And then kind of like, whew, like as much as they meant to me up till those moments, until I understood or had a opening of my mind to them being important dates for me, it doesn't mean anything anymore. So I'm not like, I don't see them as often or at all. Like, I remember, like, I would wake up and it'll be 11:11 at night, or I'll look and it'll be 11:11 in the morning, or it'll be on a billboard, or it'll be an address on a house, or it was just, these numbers were sticking themselves out in my life, you know, for some reason. You know, it's just a very obvious number to be visually captivating because it's so repetitive. So you would think that it would probably be coincidence that you are just drawn to it. But for me, it was like a spiritual, like, pay attention or look at that. And, you know, and because it seems so beyond our small minds, you kind of like make note of it, but you don't really hold on to it. But once I found that those dates, that numbers represented dates, or just coincidentally were connected to dates, it meant even more. And it just, you know, I don't even know where to go with that, but I just know that we are spiritual beings, you know, having a human experience, and there's still parts to all of this that we really don't understand. We're just players players in this, you know. And that's it. I'm not gonna get too deep because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I just know what my spirit has been through and what my spirit has experienced, you know, and some of it you just can't shake, you know, and that's that. So on this anniversary of a moment that it's not that I wouldn't wish it on nobody, I would just hope that if you had to go through it, you were prepared to go through it. I just say thank you for being here, being able to have this level of understanding and conversation, because I'm grateful. And that's it. I'm not gonna go any farther and make a tremendously long video, but like I said, and like I always say, peace and blessings. And wherever you are, if you see this video or if you don't, you know, just be well and within yourself, and know that it takes quite a bit of effort to be well. You know, you have to wake up, and you have to set your intentions, and you have to be proactive, because you never know what is gonna happen. And if you're not prepared for it, it could be horrific. It could be even more horrific than the actual thing, you know. So just be prepared for those roles that take you through some stuff. Again, peace and blessings, and I'm off to work. Bye.